All right. Hello, hello, hello. And welcome to Express Yourself Healing Through Art with Pearl Manhattan. Give a couple minutes for anybody who's going to come in. Let me turn this down. Little by little. Get a nice, oh, not that one. Which one do we want to turn down? I have 0 viewers, so it says. Let's turn that down. And stop that and say hi. Hey, Stevie Lee, there you are. Message retracted. Oh, what did you say? Disney Grandma, hello from sunny Bellingham. Yeah, it's hot. It's hot down here. It's sunny and hot. Hello, Stevie Lee, and glad you're all here. This week we are talking about mixed media. I thought I'd start with the camera on me first and say, hi, everybody. Just to give you an update, we got some news this week that our schools in our county will not be open for in-person learning this fall. They will not start out opening for in-person learning, which is very frustrating for me. So, bear with me. I'm in a mood. But anyway, let's turn the camera down and get started with what we're doing here. If you remember last week, these were the cards that we made. We had made a painty paper at the beginning of the month, and last week we matted it and made cute little cards and envelopes. Oh, helm. Well, you know, I'm in the SCA. That's medieval reenactment, so helm is, you know, I guess a greeting. Or if you're a Star Trek or Star Wars fan, you know, or a sailor, helm, you know. Okay, works for me. All right, Lisa, you do dinner and you can listen, and it's fine. I like to think that my streams are relaxing and kind of an ASMR sort of thing, that you can just let them play, and then when you have time to sit down and do what you're going to do, then you do it. I'm starting today with a piece of cardboard. It's actually the back of one of these paper packs that I get at Michael's. And by the way, if you've got a Michael's near you, they've got a clearance going on, and a lot of these paper packs are on clearance if you buy paper packs. This one I got for $4.97, and I'm making a set. In fact, I could show you the set that I'm making out of that one. It's right over here. And I'm also going to talk about some sets that I put up on my Etsy shop this morning. This is the coffee set I'm working on right now, with the little journal and the pen. And then I've got the cards. These are the cards that I made for it. And so there's a little coffee set, but I've got a really special set that I want to show you guys and talk about, that I put up on my Etsy store, and it's one of a kind. I will be making 2 other sets in this theme. This one is Olaf. Isn't he cute? And features on this are the border. Underneath this, the matting, is a special kind of glitter paper. It gives you all the glitz and glitter of frost. See how it twinkles? But it is not glitter like you know it. It's not going to flake. It's not going to leave glitter all over the place because it's etched. Diamond etched in. So that's the first cool part. And then we open it up, and we have a handmade notebook with that same glitter paper. And you see, it's not rubbing off. It's not going to rub off and get everywhere. I buy this paper special because of that. And it's got some pages in there. And then we have some little mini note cards with snowballs. And look at that glitter. Isn't that just lovely? I love this glitter paper. And then we have some gift tags with the frost on them. And we have a little mini gel pen. And the color ink is that light blue color. And then we have the note cards. There we go. That's right side up. And just look at that. Isn't that just stinking cute? And so this set has gone up. I'll be making 2 more Olaf sets. They're going to be different, a little bit different each one, but they will be Olaf themed. And this sells for 20 bucks. Exactly. I agree with Doug. I hate using glitter that flakes and gets everywhere. I call it, well, it's crafter's disease. We'll be nice about it and just say it's crafter's disease. I hate things that come off on your hands. That's why I love this paper. And it just gives you a better shine than glitter. I mean, look at that. Can you see how it's brilliant. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it. I use it for making the edges in the purses that I make, which I'm going to get back to making some purses soon. But anyway, so wanted to let you know that's up on the webpage. So let's get started. Today, like I said, I'm working on mixed media collage, and I've got this piece of cardboard. It's coated on one side with the plastic, and it's not on the other. And I think I'm actually going to use the side that's not coated, kind of dry, so things will stick to it. And I'm going to be doing this haphazardly. I'll show you what I'm starting with. I have a page from an old dictionary here. It's a really old book. The page is yellowed, which I like, and it's crispy feeling. I found this at a thrift store. It was like $2 at the thrift store. And I have a background in library, and I have a love for books, so it was hard for me to start working with dictionary pages or book pages, because tearing a page out of a book is a sin to me. But you get used to it. So if you want to do this, a Dollar Tree has dictionaries sometimes, or the thrift stores or whatever. But if you're interested in getting into mixed media collage, you gotta have a dictionary so you can rip a page out, and I'll show you how we're going to use that in a little while. I've got some napkins I got at the Dollar Tree, and this is going to be fall themed, so I've got these. And if you notice, they've got a little bit of a wood grain in them, and then they've got the pretty leaves. And so we'll be using part of those napkins. I've got some, where are they? There they are. I'm losing all my stuff. I got some watercolors, and these are from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to use them with very little water, because I'm going to use them with this stamp that actually, I think I got this stamp at the Dollar Tree. It's an old rubber stamp. It looks terrible, but it works great for what I do. I make kind of a paste out of the watercolor on my brush, so it's real thick and kind of dry. And I stick it on here and paint it on here with a brush, and then I'll stamp it down. And it just gives it a little more texture to it. I have a balloon. We might do some balloon painting to get some orange pumpkin looking shapes in it. I've got a couple acrylic paints here, and I have my glue medium that I like to use. It's about 60% clear glue and 40% water that I've mixed very gently and slowly. It's the equivalent of Mod Podge. Mod Podge. The water just kind of thins it out so it works better. It's like if you're doing, back in the 70s, decoupage was big. And it's kind of like that. So what I'm going to do, instead of painting a layer of gesso or anything, I am going to get started with my napkin. And most of these napkins are 2-ply. And I'm not going to be using the white part of the napkin. So I'll go ahead and tear that off. And then I can see this other side a lot easier. See how it just, you can peel it apart? Because you really don't need all of that backing on there. And rule number 1 for me, and again, this shouldn't be this isn't a tutorial be all end all how to do it. This is how I do it. And I like the way it works. I don't like having any straight edges. So I'm going to tear off any of my straight edges. And I like this brownish, this light tan color that I've got going here with this cardboard thing. So that's going to work for me well. And my end result, I want to make something autumn themed. I'm going to make some cards out of this. And this is going to be the matting part of the cards, like we use the painty papers. This cardboard's a little thicker, so it may just be the only layer that I put on there. So we're just gonna make happy little torn up napkin here. And I'm gonna just set it in a pile up here at the top of my thing. And I will have to tear some more. Always make sure you got a trash pail handy, so you can just lean over and toss your scraps in the trash. I use cardboard box. That way I can just tape it up and throw it all in the recycle. Because it's all paper scraps. Let's go ahead and tear this in half. And I can save these and use them on a different project where I'm just using white. You only throw away the little pieces, the little scraps and stuff. You don't throw away the big things, because you could use it in something else. It's not hoarding, that's being thrifty, right? And this one is gonna be difficult, but I have these little pokey tools. Let me see if I can pull it up with one of those. This might take me a minute, guys. There we go. I see it now. Working on getting some better lighting for my studio. Next month, I'm thinking we might work on some pour painting, fluid art. If anybody would be interested in watching that. Again, I won't be doing tutorials on be all end all how to do it. I'll do it the way I do it. I taught myself by watching YouTube videos. So, you know, I'm by no means am I an authority on art, but this is what I do to keep myself from going crazy during these crazy times. You know what I mean? Because I don't know about where y'all are. Well, I know with you, Disney Grandma, you're going through probably the same stuff that I am. Alright, that looks like it'll be enough for now. We're going to take our glue medium. And I got little paper cups here from the Dollar Tree. I don't like to use these a lot for painting because soon as liquid hits them, they start to disintegrate. So, but it's good for this project because I'm just going to toss it away when I'm done. All right, so let's get started. And the easiest way I found to do this is I glue on top of the napkin. My brush is kind of damp already. I've got a little water over here, but my brush is already damp, so I can kind of do that. And then I get a little bit of glue on my brush. And it doesn't have to be straight. You want wrinkles. Wrinkles give it character. And you just slog that glue on there. All right. We'll put that straight edge on there, but we'll cover it up in a minute. So, and like I said, you can use Mod Podge. You can use white glue thinned out with a, Elmer school glue. I use the clear glue because I like to see what it's going to look like when I'm done. There we go. And just be random about it. Stick it down anywhere. Doesn't matter. Remember, you're not making a picture to hang on the wall. You're going to be cutting this up anyway. So it's going to look totally different once you cut it up. We'll put that straight edge up there on that edge so it doesn't show as bad. Oh, and like I said in my last stream, I'm taking the Friday night YouTube concert I was doing, I'm taking that off of my schedule. I'm doing my concerts over on Twitch. I'll do my Wednesday 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, my Wednesday show here with my music story. I might be doing concerts or composing or who knows what, and then I'll be doing this art show 4 o'clock on Sundays. I know I'm up against some pretty exciting folks. I know today Resort TV 1 is at, well, let's see, 4, 5, 6, yeah, Disney World just closed, so they're probably walking around Disney Springs and shopping. I know they were eating supper when I logged out there. I was watching that. Hasn't it been nice to see all these streamers from Disney World? And today they even had Corey and Steve from Corey Meets World and Steve's World along with them for a little bit. It's good to see them. We're still locked up out here. Oh, I did leave the house yesterday. Like I said, I went to Michael's and we went and had the car washed. And gosh, see how pretty this is looking. And it's just glue and some Dollar Tree napkins. And as you're putting the glue down, if you're using cardboard, whatever you're using, it's going to buckle a little bit. But once it dries, it'll straighten back out. And even if it doesn't, when you cut it and glue it down, the tape or whatever you use to affix it to your card is going to hold it tight. Yeah, I rewatch it. They were with them for a little bit. They hung out with them in one of the rest areas. They've turned part of Tomorrowland Terrace into a rest area where you can sit and take off your mask and relax. And so they were hanging out there. They had some Starbucks, and then they went their separate ways for a little while, and they caught up with each other and rode the Buzz Lightyear ride together. And I think Dad Resort TV 1 actually got a record score today. And you know how competitive those boys are about that Buzz Lightyear ride. And but yeah, Steve has been down there for a couple days. He was in Corey's stream Thursday night, and he's been streaming. He streamed Wednesday night from he was with Donna and Arjohn's. Look at me, I'm just a little social butterfly. I know where everybody is, right? And yeah, I don't even watch any regular TV anymore. I got a bunch of folks on YouTube I watch, and I got a bunch of folks on Twitch that I watch. A lot of music people on Twitch. And we'll stick this one right here because it's a corner. Oh, I'm not going to use my pokey tool. Stick it down. I need my brush. I kind of want these leaves to be most of my background, so I'm going to stick a lot of them down. Oh, excuse me, suddenly I've just gotten a cramp in my shoulder. Oh. And then let's run this one through here like that. And then we will get on to the dictionary pages. And the dictionary always makes me think back to school. That's why I specifically wanted to make sure I have some dictionary page on this, because the leaves, and maybe I'll do red circles instead of orange circles for apples for school, because that's, you know, back to school in the fall. Some people get to go back to school. There we go. I think that's enough for now. Now we get to the dictionary pages. This is the hardest part, but for me it is, because I'm tearing up a book. I was a librarian for a while in my life, so tearing up books is hard, but this is old. The pages are real brittle, so they tear really nicely. And what I'm doing is I'm just tearing off the white space right now, and then I'm just going to tear it in some pieces, not straight pieces, not any particular shapes, kind of triangular and chunked. And there's my book pages. And then be as messy as I can with them, stick them wherever the leaves aren't. Cover up the other spaces that I've got here with my leaves. And this goes, it really goes fast. I'm not rushing it for this video purposes. This is how quick it actually goes. Get some more glue over there. Get it down. And it's making, I don't know, I guess the camera can't pick them up right now, but it's making wrinkles in the leaves, and it's just giving it more life. And see, I get carried away. I start reading the words on the book pages and get distracted easy, so I've kind of got the pressure of the clock because I got the camera rolling. But yeah, if you want to see more of my stationery sets, you can go to my webpage and www.pearlmanhattan.com, and on that webpage you will find all things Pearl Manhattan. First thing you'll see is a little pop-up window asking you to sign up to my fan club. That way you'll get emails when I'm offering special discounts to people in my fan club for the stuff on my Etsy shop or my merch. I have merch up there. I have merch that I made with some of my artwork, like this mixed media collage. I got leggings, I got coffee cups, I got shirts, sweatshirts. Got all sorts of stuff up there. I've got links to my music on all of the major streaming platforms, like Spotify. There we go. Look at that. And normally I would take my blow dryer. Some people use heat guns, but if you don't have a heat gun, you can use a blow dryer. I like using blow dryers because they're not as hot as heat guns. So you don't have as much of a risk of setting your paper on fire. But when we get into the poorer art, then we'll, then we'll get into, I'll show you more about the heat gun. But for this, you know, you can just use a blow dryer if you want. And put that blow dryer on it for a few minutes to get that glue dry. In the interest of time, we're not going to do that. I'm going to take this extra glue off my brush, but I'm going to keep it a little damp. We're going to try and do a little, I'm going to show you this stamping technique that I do with a very cheap rubber stamp. You can find these in the bins at Michael's. They have stamps like this in the clearance, but they also have stamps like this in the bins at the very front of the store, in the dollar bins, that you can pick up. And I'm getting just a little bit of water on my brush. And let's see, I think I want some, I think I'm going to do green. I need to bring out some more bright green. So I put the water in the green, and you see it's not a lot. There's not a lot of green there, but I'm getting a lot of paint. So it's almost powdery on my brush. You want it thick and powdery. And then I'm going to paint it onto my brush like this. And then I'm just going to stick it down there. And it's not really going to make a pattern as much as it's going to give the idea that, you know, just splashes of color. See how that works? And you don't have to use a stamp. You can use half a potato. Seriously. You can use a potato. You can use all sorts of stuff. Yeah, it's kind of like a very thin toothpaste. Or if you've ever had to make a paste out of like baking soda and water, that's what you want. You want it kind of thick, not drippy at all, but it's not going to be opaque. And I'll hold it up in a minute and show you guys how this is looking, because I know it's hard to see it on the camera from that far away. And I'm mainly doing it over the white spots on the dictionary pages. It almost looks like splashies. I like that. Almost out of green here. Go back and let's see. Yeah, that works. Got a double stamp that time. Just trying to break up the white of the dictionary pages, so just gives it another layer. All right, see how fun that was? And I think we're done with the brush for now. So I'll clean that off and set it aside. And I'll get rid of the paints and my stamp. And so let me hold it up here and see if the camera will pick it up. Can you see the stamps at all? See how it's just a little hint of green? Almost like somebody walked over it with rain boots. So there's my little hint of green. Now then, let's get some orange in this. We need orange, so I'm going to take my red. Got my red here, and this is, it's not what it says on the bottle. This is an apple barrel paint bottle, 50 cents at Walmart, but I fill it up. I buy paint in big jugs. The Craft Smart paint from Michael's. It's just acrylic paint, and it's in a pump bottle. So, but a little bit of red. And same thing with this. This is actually what it says, the Craft Smart acrylic paint. It's El Cheapo acrylic paint. Because you can only, I'll use this to start. Let's see. We need a little more yellow. And that's, you know, I hate to sound like Bob Ross, but you can do this however you want to do it. This is your art. And my daughter and I had a conversation. She has started making cards for the shop, you know, helping me out with making cards for the shop and stuff. And she said, you know, the other day I got to overthinking making these cards, and I was getting frustrated because I felt like, you know, it wasn't coming out good enough and everything. And then it occurred to me, hey, maybe it is just that easy, you know? And yes, it is. It's this easy. Because, I mean, the cards that we made last week, they are adorable and beautiful. Here they are. They're adorable and beautiful. And, I mean, it was very simple to make that. You don't have to have any special talent or tools. I have a balloon. Excuse me a moment. I'll put a little air in the balloon, and we're going to tie it in a knot. That might be too big for my little container, but who knows? Yep. Let me squeeze it. Can I get it in there? Ah! Alright, plan B. The balloon's not working because my container's not big enough, and the balloon's leaking air anyway. We will use this little plastic shot glass thingy. I think that'll work better anyway. So, I'm not doing this in any specific pattern. Really halfway not even watching what I'm doing. Doesn't matter if you get more paint on one side than the other. It doesn't have to be an even layer of paint. You just squish it down. No talent required. Very adaptive. Some going off the edges. All right. All right, where did we miss? Let's do some yellow circles too. Need to lighten it up a little bit, huh? Because I know that's one thing I miss out here. We have evergreen trees, and evergreen trees don't change colors in the fall like they do on the East Coast, when, you know, your leaves change color. So there's always some yellow and red and everything else. So let's put some yellow in there and lighten it up a little bit. Oh, and I like the way the yellow has mixed with the orange now. Let's see. Where did I miss? Anywhere? Well, that is looking pretty cool, I think. Now, if we wanted to mute it more, we could take one of these layers of napkins. In fact, I could just go ahead and do that, and it would give it a much softer look. I'd put this down over it. Let's do that for part of it and let you see what that does. And get my glue back and my brush, little glue. Look at that. And it even adds a little more texture to it. Come on, stick down. Oh, I like that. Happy fun, happy fun. I need to go rewatch some Bob Ross paint tutorials. I just like listening to him. He's got such a relaxing voice. Yeah. And when that dries, we'll get a little bit of the opacity back from the napkin. So let's take this one and just do that over here. And also what this will do is kind of seal it in, so we won't have to worry about edges curling up of the, you know, the napkin or the dictionary pages or anything else that we've put on there. And like I used before, this is just 60% PVA glue. I use clear PVA glue, and 40% tap water. And you put the glue in the container first, and then you put your tap water in, pour it in slowly, and then instead of shaking, you don't shake it violently, you just rock it back and forth slowly and roll it around, and that will mix your glue. You got to be patient about it. You do it real slow so you don't get any bubbles in there. And then let it sit. If you do get bubbles, just let it sit for like 24 hours with the lid on, and the bubbles will work their way up to the top. But here we go. I don't know about y'all, but I think that's going to be beautiful on a card when we cut it up next week, because that's what we're going to do. Now, the napkin ripped a little bit right here, just to show you. See, I've got a little piece of it coming up here. So I'm just going to pull any edges that come up, and I'm going to let that sit for a minute, and I'm not going to dab at it anymore. And there we go. And there we go. This is what we got. And you can see the dimension, you can see the textures in it. It's kind of got that crunchy leaf-like texture. If you wanted to, you could even take a glitter glue if you like using glitter glue. I personally do not, but you could take, let me see what I got here. Just for fun. Oh, I think it's in this container over there. Give me just 1 minute to wander around my shop here. See what I got. Nope, it's not in there. Oh, I'm not sure where it is. I won't mess with it this way today, but you could use glitter glue and, you know, dab it around. You could use string, twine. I got some pieces of string over here. What have I got over here? I've got some orange string. I could run the string on it and glue it down if I wanted to. Anything you wanted to do. More leaves, more napkins, more book pages. But, and this took us about, what, 30 minutes, if that? I'll share with you my tea that I'm having today. This is it's called Private Selection. I got it from Fred Meyer, which is a Kroger store if you have Kroger's around. And it is a chocolate mint tea, and it tastes just like those little Andes mints. Always got to have tea. So there you go. That is what I call mixed media collage. That's all there is to it. It is so simple. And again, this is a craft you can do with a small child. Grandkids, neighbors' kids, nieces, nephews, your own kids. And like I said, next week it will be dry. I'm going to go set this out on the table, and by next week it'll be dry, and we're going to cut it up and make more stationery with it. That's all I got for you guys today. I am so glad that you could join me. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you, Stevie Lee. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm so glad you could be here with me, and let me share with you how I stay mentally healthy through art. That's what this is all about, is finding ways to constructively express what you're feeling and turn it into art and positive things. I hope you'll join me again on Wednesday if you can at 12 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific for music and chat. And then I hope to see you next Sunday here at the same time. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you're watching the replay and you'd like to see more videos like this, please stay tuned to the end of the video. I will have a link to my playlist for my art and to the video right before this one. Hit that subscribe button to stay updated, and make sure the bell is activated to get you all notifications, because now and then I do pop-up live streams. And thanks for being here. Be good to yourself. We're all good to each other. We're all kind to everyone around us, but we need to remember to be kind to ourselves. Peace to you and to all you love, and make it a great week. Thanks so much for being here.